Annyeong, it's Mikey here, and today we're coming back with a really interesting keyboard. We have to thank OmniType for sending me this out because I had reached out to them hoping that I could really check out this specific keyboard, and luckily enough, OmniType was very willing to send it out to me. Now, this is a prototype, so keep in mind this is just a prototype and it's not the final version. We're going to be looking at the Float65. Now, what's special about the Float65? Well, it's going to be bent steel, and you're dealing with full magnets for the top mounting. We have to really go in depth, of course, do sound tests, do a little bit more of a look inside, because I don't get to do an unboxing with this one because it is a prototype that has been sent around. So I am going to be the last person to ever receive this. And then we're going to see the different things that I can do to show you guys really as much as possible what this board is capable of doing. So let's go straight into the first impressions and then do the sound test, but please make sure to like and subscribe. Introducing the Float 65. Now, first impressions is the fact that I think this build is actually very sleek and well done. It has a magnetic top mount, which is really cool, and you can see right here the magnet is incredibly strong. I think overall the design of this board is quite well done, and it's very simplistic, minimalistic, and kind of really cool. Now, we're going to try many different switches with this. We're going to try the Cheese V2 for our clack, the Blue Cheese V2 for Thok, the Cherry, just for people to have an idea with this board. We're also going to do a clacky tactile switch, just so we can kind of get an idea what this board can sound like with many different things. And we're also going to do some really cool things with even the mat itself, because this has no bottom case. Now, we're going to be building it with Cherry here, but keep in mind we're going to be doing much more than just that. So first of all, let's finish the build itself to take a look and see what this board looks like. Now, first thing I'm going to do is add some switches in just to keep the plate and the PCB together. So keep in mind that because this board is a little bit different, you're going to want to build this board outside of the case first with everything, the keycaps and all, and then put it together. In terms of this, I'm doing editing, which is why it's a little bit different, and I'm actually putting it inside the case first. Now, if you have SA profile keycaps, I would highly recommend doing what I'm doing now to put it together. Now, as you can see here, you're going to want to put the top first in, and then connect the magnets, and then put the bottom in after. Now, if you have SA profile keycaps, make sure you put this in first before you do anything, and then I'll show you a little bit of editing magic with the keycaps together, showing you guys how good it looks. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to do a bunch of different sound tests, so the cherries are actually going to go to the end. So all that sound test was really cool. And I really liked how this board sounds. It's got a really interesting sound profile and it works well with many different switches. It also has a little bit more of a deeper sound profile overall, say compared to say other cases out there and other boards. Now I actually had some foam left over from a Neo 65 and the Keybay Secret 65. So we're going to also actually add some foam into this board and do sound tests as that as well. The reason being is I want to see like what is possible with this board. So even though foam's not provided, I'm actually going to use what I have, put it all together with this board and give you guys a sound test as well, because you know, at the end of the day, it is a custom keyboard, so we want to do as much as we can with it. So we're going to do a quick measurement first of the actual profile of the board. It's supposed to be a 6-degree typing angle. So the back of the height is going to be total of 32.3 millimeters. And then we're going to go and look at the front of the board as well. And the front measures up at 20.8 millimeters. So with how the bezels are of this board, we're looking at, yes, 6 degrees typing angle. Now, one of the cons I've noticed, the actual nuts with the bolt on this thing can come loose, and I'm hoping just because I got a prototype, the final version is actually going to be fixed. This also is another con that I noticed, where the cable is pointing out a lot, which really doesn't help with a clean design. Though I heard OmniType is working on something to make the final projection much better and a cleaner cable. Keep in mind, you have to be careful with the back PCB. It is sharp. You could injure yourself like I did, and you'll see here that if you press it a little bit hard, it will come off, but the magnets are strong enough to push it back. Overall, the coating on the orange is really nice, and the hammer point is on point. It's amazing and it looks super cool. It does have a universal daughter board, which allows you to really be able to get extra parts if you need it, and the design is super minimalistic and really cool. You also get this really cool lighting on the sides, which I think looks really nice on your desk. The board itself, guys, is 120 USD, Float65. You can get it on OmniType, and it has 6 different colors. You have the hammer points, which I showed you guys, has a really cool texture to it. The orange has a really nice coating. It's not fully like an anodized coating, but it still does feel really well done. I think even for the price and everything you're considered, some people might think it's a little bit too simplistic and it's not worth the money. I think that this is a very unique board. You really should check it out because of the fact that it's not a crazy expensive board. You're going to get a unique experience with it. Now, the biggest question that a lot of you might have is, who is this board for and who should buy it or who would be interested in it? My personal opinion is, if you are someone who likes top mount but with more of a full sound to it, this is something that you probably want to look at. The board itself has very interesting and unique sounds, especially when you put it on different surfaces. I think that alone is already really cool. Now, the pricing is 120 USD, and some people might think that's kind of expensive for what the whole board is about. I think it's a fair price. Personally speaking, the only reason I think it's a fair price is because you get a full experience of a custom keyboard build with a very unique mounting style with magnets, and you still get a really nice sound when you use many different types of switches. So you can go from full travel all the way to clacky tactiles, anywhere in between, and you still get a really nice full sound with this board. It would have been nice if it was priced a little bit lower, but I think overall, the board itself is very cool. You should really go check it out in the links in the description. It will be leading to OmniType, where you can get this board, and the group buy does end on March 25th, so you might want to hurry up before the group buy ends. Of course, I have to catch you guys next time, but please check out the other videos I got.